War games involving two or more countries allows for better coordination between militaries, observation of enemies' tactics, and is a visible show of strength for the participating countries. Exercises in the 20th and 21st centuries have often been identified by unique code names such as Cobra Gold and various other etc. names in the same manner as military contingency operations and combat operations. Hello everyone and welcome back to SISB Crack Exams. I'm Hemant and now we are going through the important series of the lectures regarding the important military exercises of the Indian Armed Forces. In the previous section, I have discussed regarding the important military exercises wherein which the Indian Army was a very crucial part. So regarding that particular one, we are continuing those exercises wherein which Indian Army is considered to be a crucial one. Regarding all of these previously very long back, we have also discussed the important military exercises that are conducted by the Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force long back. So I hope that you have already gone through those important sessions. If you have not gone through them, please go through, which will be very helpful, and then you can get back to this particular one. Now going through regarding this particular session, before beginning, as I always introduced you that SSB Crack Exams is always the most sought after Android application by millions of students and defense aspirants across India who are dreaming to join the armed forces of our country. We provide you unique lecture content, hundreds of study materials, thousands of sample practice questions, quizzes, exercises, and various other mock tests which are made specially keeping in view of the latest exam patterns. So do download the app and subscribe to your favorite course. Also, please do follow us on all social media platforms to keep yourself updated with important Indian and international related inputs. Beginning with the first and foremost important exercise that I want to discuss regarding this particular second part of the series of the Indian Army related important exercises that include the exercise KAZIND 4. KAZIND, it is simply a short form of the countries of both Kazakhstan and India. Okay, KAZ includes the Kazakhstan and IND means India. So it is between both the armies of India and Kazakhstan, and this particular exercise was conducted from 2nd of October 2019 to 15th of October 2019, which is last year, and it lasted for around 14 days, and it was conducted at Pithoragarh in Uttarakhand, and this KAZIND exercise was first begun in the year of 2016. Then we also conducted this exercise in the year of 2017, then 18, then 19. So in the year of 2019, this was the fourth time where KAZIND exercise is being conducted. So this is the fourth version of the exercise. Regarding KAZIND 4, I would like to tell you that it is the fourth edition of the annual event that is conducted alternatively between India and Kazakhstan. During the exercise, armies of both countries would be sharing their experience gained during the conduct of various counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations. The aspects of emerging trends of hybrid warfare have also been included under the exercise. Hybrid warfare refers to the use of unconventional methods as a part of a multi-domain war-fighting approach that aims to disrupt and disable an opponent's actions without engaging in open hostilities. The goal of the KAZIND 4 exercise is to enhance the level of defense cooperation, further fostering bilateral relations between the two nations. I repeat, enhance the level of defense cooperation under and further fostering bilateral relations between the two nations. Going through with the next important exercise is exercise Nomadic Elephant 14. Nomadic Elephant is an exercise which is being conducted between both the armies of India and Mongolia. Okay, so this exercise was conducted last year and it lasted for around 14 days, and the dates, if you have to see, it is from 5th of October to 18th of October. It was conducted at Baklo in Himachal Pradesh in our country. So the Mongolian army has arrived to our country and they have participated in this exercise. The first time exercise Nomadic Elephant was conducted in the year of 2006, and this is considered to be a long-standing relationship between both the countries of India and Mongolia. This clearly indicates about how deepen our ties regarding the defense related issues are there with the country of Mongolia. Regarding this particular one, the Mongolian army was represented by officers and troops of elite 084 Airborne Special Task Battalion, while Indian Army was represented by a contingent and battalion of Rajputana Rifles. The joint exercise is an ideal platform for armies of both the nations to share their experiences and best practices and gain mutually. It will also enhance defense cooperation and military relations between the two nations. The training by both contingents will also lay emphasis in capacity building for conducting joint operations by a cohesive subunit comprising of troops from both armies in an adverse operational conditions, thus enhancing the interoperability between the two armies. The goal of the exercise can be put forward in two important points, and the first point is about to evolve various tactical drills in counter-terror environments such as convoy protection drill, room intervention drills, ambush and counter-ambush drills. And the second point is to train the troops in the counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations under the United Nations mandate. So that is it regarding the exercise Nomadic Element 14. Now let us go through with the next important exercise, and that is exercise Equivalent 10. Equivalent is an exercise which is conducted between the armies of both India and Maldives. Maldives is a very important island nation which is very crucial for our country, and we have helped Maldives in the Operation Samudra Setu also regarding repatriation of the Indian citizens, and we have also given a lot of food aid to this particular country. Maldives is considered to be a crucial area which is very important from our side in maintaining the dominance in the Indian Ocean region. So regarding this particular one, in the year of 2019, from 7th of October to 20th of October, for around 14 days, this exercise was conducted, and it was conducted at Pune in Maharashtra, and the first time equivalent exercise was conducted in the year of 2009. Okay, so that is it regarding this particular one. And if I have to say in detail that India and Maldives have been conducting exercise equivalent means friends in the Maldivian language since 2009. The 14 days joint exercise is held alternatively in India and Maldives. The 9th edition of the exercise was held in 2018 in Maldives. So the 10th edition is held in India, in Pune in Maharashtra. The goal of Equivalent 10 is enhancing interoperability between the two forces for carrying out counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism operations in a semi-urban environment under the United Nations mandate. Going through with the next important exercise is exercise Vajra Prahar 10. Vajra Prahar is an exercise again with the United States of America. Mention in the comment section what all are the important exercises we have discussed in the part 1 of the Indian Army related important exercises with the United States of America. So now we are again getting back to the USA because we are going through the timeline. So going through this particular one, from 13th of October to 28th of October 2019, this exercise lasted for around 15 days, and it was conducted at Joint Base Lewis McChord in Seattle in United States of America. Okay, so it was first started in the year of 2010 and it is still continuing, and this is considered to be the 10th time it is conducted annually. Every year Vajra Prahar exercise is being conducted between both the armies of India and US. If we go through that particular one, Vajra Prahar is a special forces joint military training exercise conducted alternately in India and the United States since 2010. The exercise enables sharing of best practices and experience in areas such as joint mission planning capabilities and operational tactics. The Special Forces of India refer to those special forces units which are specifically organized, trained and equipped to conduct and support special operations. The three branches of Indian Armed Forces have separate special forces units, namely Para SF of Indian Army, Marcos of Indian Navy and Garud Commando Force of Indian Air Force. So all of these have participated in this particular Vajra Prahar exercise. This is not only just army related exercise we have to consider, because this is a very important one. Here the special forces are coming into consideration. Remember, this is a special forces related exercise. The goal of exercise Vajra Prahar is sharing of best practices and experience in areas of joint mission planning capabilities and operational tactics. I repeat, sharing of best practices and experience in areas of joint mission planning capabilities and operational tactics. Now going through with the next important exercise is exercise Dharma Guardian. Dharma Guardian is an exercise which is being conducted between Indian Army and the Japanese Army. It was conducted from 19th of October from 12th of November. Approximately it lasted for around 24 days. It was a long exercise and it was conducted at the Counterinsurgency and Jungle Warfare School, which is located in Warrington in Mizoram. Okay, so the Counterinsurgency and Jungle Warfare School is that particular training area of the Indian Army. And at this particular important academy, it also gives training to all the important Indian military and paramilitary personnel who are to completely get trained in the jungle warfare related terrains. The first time Dharma Guardian exercise was conducted in the year of 2018, and this was a very long exercise, and every particular time this exercise will be conducted in a very detailed way. If you have to go through that, the validatory function was of this particular exercise was presided over by the General Guro Yuas, Chief of Staff of the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Forces, and Lieutenant General Rajiv Sirohi, the General Officer commanding of the 3 Corps of Indian Army. As part of the exercise, important lectures, demonstrations, and drills related to counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism operations were conducted. Both the armies also shared their valuable experiences in countering such situations and also refined drills and procedures for joint operations. The Defense Ministry said, besides fostering mutual understanding and trust, this exercise marks reaffirmation of India and Japan to further bolster bilateral security and defense cooperation. The goal of the exercise Dharma Guardian is that the primary focus of this fortnight-long joint military exercise was to train and equip the contingencies in counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism operations in mountainous terrains. Going through with the next important crucial exercise that we have to remember is regarding exercise Shakti. Exercise Shakti, this one is the fifth time that this exercise was conducted, and this particular one is between the Indian Army and the French Army. It was conducted again from 31st of October to 13th of November 2019. It again lasted for around 14 days. And where was it conducted? It was conducted in Rajasthan in India. It was first conducted in the year of 2011, and since then it is being conducted non-stop. If you have to go through that, this is a biennial exercise which is conducted alternately in India and France. That means this exercise Shakti will be conducted only once in every 2 years, and it will be conducted alternately between India and France. That means once if it is conducted in India, and another time it will be conducted in the France. So this is the second edition of Exercise Shakti. A detachment of the 13th Alpine Battalion had taken part in the first edition in India from 9 to 22 October 2011 at Chowbattia Ranikhet in Himalayan foothills. Through Shakti, the French and Indian armies share their experience on mountain warfare. This exercise will also help foster common understanding and improve interoperability between the French and Indian armed forces, whose units frequently operate in the same United Nations peacekeeping operations, be it South Lebanon or in Africa. The exercise will focus on counter-terrorism operations in backdrop of semi-desert terrain. The training focused primarily on high degree of physical fitness, sharing of drill at tactical level, and learning of the best practices from each other. The goal of Exercise Shakti is enhancing understanding, cooperation, and interoperability between the two armies. I repeat, enhancing understanding, cooperation, and interoperability between the two armies. Now going through with the next exercise is exercise Daslik 1. This is the first important exercise that was conducted with Uzbekistan, because until now we have not conducted any exercise, and this is the first exercise that was conducted with the Uzbekistan army, and it was conducted in 14th of November 2019 at the Chirchik training area near Tashkent in Uzbekistan. Okay, so if you can remember, Tashkent is a very famous area wherein which the Lal Bahadur Shastri is also associated. So it is at that particular place that this exercise was conducted, and it was first started in the same time. So this is the first time. So this is the first version of the Daslik exercise which is being conducted between India and Uzbekistan. If you have to go through this exercise focused on counter-terrorism, during the exercise, Indian Army contingent have trained along with the Uzbekistan army. Before the exercise, Indian Defense Minister visited Uzbekistan, where he signed an MOU on cooperation in the field of military medicine between the armed forces of the two countries. To institution memorandum of understandings on training and capacity building between the institutes of higher military training of the two countries were also signed. The MOU is a byproduct of interactions emanating from the MOU on military education signed between the two countries in October of 2018. The goal of Exercise Daslik is to enable the sharing of best practices and experiences between the armed forces of the two countries and lead to a greater operational effectiveness. Now going through with the next exercise is exercise Mitra Shakti 7. Mitra Shakti is an exercise which is being conducted between the armies of India and Sri Lanka, and it is conducted for around 14 days from the 1st of December to 14th of December 2019 last year. Where was it conducted, sir? It was conducted at Pune in Maharashtra, and the first time it was conducted in the year of 2012. So from the year of 2012 it was still continuously being conducted annually. So the 2019 exercise is considered to be the 7th version of the Mitra Shakti. So the joint exercise of the Mitra Shakti, it also aims for incorporating the current dynamics of the United Nations peacekeeping operations through practical and comprehensive discussions and tactical exercises. Both India and Sri Lanka share a lot of important military related aspects and issues, because both the countries are tied towards each other. Both the countries' economies and the militaries and also various other cultural aspects, heritage aspects are also tied towards each other. So both the countries will always continue to maintain their complete aspects and the priorities related to the important important defense and the various other sectors. Also, the goal of Mitra Shakti 7 is to build and promote positive relations between armies of India and Sri Lanka for counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations in the urban and rural environment under the United Nations mandate. Going through with the next exercise is exercise Surya Kiran 14. Surya Kiran is an exercise which is being conducted between the both armies of India and Nepal. India and Nepal share a lot of important relationship between both of them, because Nepal citizens are also considered to be very welcome to our country, and they can also get a direct admission to the academies of the defense academies of our country, and both the countries are always continuing their interests and in maintaining the proper mandate of the United Nations. So this particular Surya Kiran exercise is a 14th version, and previously it was actually started in the year of 2006, and since then we are not stopping, and it is being conducted at Nepal. And in the year of 2019 it was held from 3rd of December to 6th of December. It lasted for around 4 days. Surya Kiran exercise will comprise of 300 soldiers from both Indian and Nepali army who could be sharing their experience in conduct of various counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations, as also various humanitarian assistance missions by both the armies. Exercise Surya Kiran 14 is an annual event which is conducted alternately in Nepal and India, notably in the series of military training exercises undertaken by India with various countries. With Nepal, it is an important exercise in terms of the security challenges faced by both the nations in the realm of changing facets of global terrorism. The aim of this exercise is to conduct a battalion level combined training between Indian Army and Nepal Army to increase interoperability in the jungle warfare and counter-terrorist operations in mountainous terrain, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, medical and environmental conservation, including aviation aspects. The goal of the exercise Surya Kiran 14 is enhance the level of defense cooperation, which will further foster the bilateral relations between the two nations. Going through now with the final exercise that I want to discuss in this particular section is about exercise Hand in Hand 8. This is the 8th version of the Hand in Hand exercise. This is being conducted between both the armies of India and China. As of now, I can understand that both Indian army and the Chinese army are at a stiff standoff, and both the countries' armies are not at all in a very proper mood. But previously in the year of 2019, the situation was a little bit different, and whenever the military exercises are being conducted, Indian army will look into keeping up towards the completion of the goal and maintaining and achieving the aim with whatever purpose the military exercise is being conducted of. So this particular exercise was conducted from 7th of December to 20th of December 2019, and it lasted for around 14 days, and it was conducted at Umroi in Meghalaya. And the first time hand in hand exercise was conducted in 2007, and it was still continuing from that particular time. The joint military exercise Hand in Hand was started in the year of 2007 in the Kunming. Its second edition was held in Belgaum in Karnataka in India, but it was stopped for the next few years. Later in 2013, the practice resumed after 5 years. About 130 soldiers of the Tibet Military Command on behalf of China and an equal number of Indian military personnel will participate. The exercise is planned at the company level with the respective battalion headquarters. There will be numerous activities during hand-in-hand military exercise like training, classes and military tools information, etc. This military exercise will increase mutual coordination between the armies of both the countries, and there will be special training for anti-terrorism operations during this military exercise. 2 strategic exercises will be conducted during the training. The first one will be focused on anti-terrorism mechanism, and the second will be focused on the HADR operations. China has deployed various other troops for this particular exercise, and it will not only increase the capacity of the joint command commander, but also troops of both the countries can work under one command after this particular training. The goal of exercise Hand in Hand was to build and promote strong relations between the armies of India and China, and to develop joint operational capability, share useful experiences of counter-terrorism operations and foster friendly relations. That is it regarding this particular session of the important exercises that are related towards the Indian Army. And I would like to tell you that this is not the end, because there is also the third part is also going to come up, because the exercises are still left out, because Indian Army is a very vast one and it has relationships with various other most important crucial countries, and other exercises are also considered to be a very crucial one. So please wait for the upcoming session. And every time, as I tell you in the ending, that the operational side military exercises, they enable the militaries to understand each other's drills and procedures. So it is very important for the countries to maintain and simply continue all of these, and it is very crucial for all the countries to maintain these military exercises. They not only give an indication to each other that they trust each other, and they not only give an indication that the peace and security is not only continuing, but they also give proper understanding about various other militaries, and it will also break the various barriers which might be language barriers or communication barriers or various other ones also. So it is very important that the countries maintain this in the completely following up about all of these military exercises. So that is it regarding this particular session, and I hope that you understood whatever I was trying to teach. And if in case you have any other doubts or queries, please do download the Android app and please ask your queries there, because each and every query that you are asking, it is always there from our side, and each and every particular query will be answered from our side. Please do trust in us, because the app is very helpful for your examination preparation. Always stay safe, stay confident, keep smiling, and always make sure that your preparation is going very well and good. Jai Hind.